Months and one car crash later. This is the Miata as it sits now. It's been a progress. I had some few things laying around from a while ago that I started messing with. I had an extra trunk, about an extra trunk, spoiler off of a junkyard BMW. Finished that. Yeah, it's just, I'll give you a quick walk around of the car, of how it sits right now. I just replaced the clutch, slave and master cylinder, and then a single braided line, and I had to buy a new transmission. I'll show you guys why in a second. So here's the trunk that I had made, quote unquote custom, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks pretty cool. We'll see it in full sunlight when the time comes, but it's a lot of Bondo. It's not perfect, but it's something for now. Doing some body work, just filling in the little dents, getting ready to be wrapped soon. And here is kind of the problem part, core support, and it's all destroyed. I'm fighting the transmission right now, just trying to get it up there. If you can see the flywheel, and the back of the block to the top of the trans is being annoying as fuck, but it's all right. I had to pull the PPF out, cleaned it up. Was thinking about polishing it, but it's OD, don't really want to do that. Here is the other transmission on why I had to buy a new one. So I don't know if you've ever seen anything like that on a Miata. Talked to a few guys, they say they haven't. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Everything else is cool, but that part. As for this side, everything still straight. Headlights go in, everything's fine. Just broke a tab or two on the other headlights that are piled up down there. Yeah, there is the other half of the car, other quarter panel. Both the doors right here took a little bit of a bend, so I've just straightened that out. Just finishing up the quarter panel. And as for the inside of the car, both airbags deployed, and there's my little safety contraption so the transmission doesn't fall out on the tail end. Yeah, this is the only issue right here that I have, is this gap right here. I don't really know if it's the door or the window frame, but this is what I was talking about with the dents. It just kind of bent down on both sides, so it was a pretty hard hit. Wish I was drifting or something cool, but no, it was just on the way home in traffic. Pretty lame, but whatever. And yeah, there it is from this side. Everything freaking came loose. It's kind of interesting. Roll bar is still there, thankfully. And these are the new body panels. I'm gonna reuse the old driver fender. That one's good. I gotta put my special edition badge on this one. Hood, I got Tupperware, fire. Hard to find, but scooped that up on a pretty good deal, I think. Yeah, this is how she sits right now. Hoping to get it done here soon. You know how it goes with cars. It's never promised or on time at all. So working on getting that transmission in right now. It's being very, very annoying, but when are they not? Getting to working on the car and see how far we can get tonight. All right, so I got both the motor mounts in. Pretty easy swap, not gonna lie. Especially if these are broken in half like they are. As you can see, the rubber is shredded. Per usual, if anything happens, if you're pushing a lot of power with stock motor mounts, or in my case, you get into a wreck. They're shredded, but I'll have to look up what ones these are, but they're from Goodwin Racing. Pretty basic ones for upgraded motor mounts. As long as you have an engine hoist or a cherry picker, pretty easy to put in. So yeah, I'm gonna set it down and see how it goes. It's kind of a mess, so let's put it back into the holes on the subframe and see if everything lines up. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. We got a lot done. Got the motor mounts in, trans in, power plant frame in, bolts are in for it. Everything's lined up. The only issue I have now is, as you can see, the motor is still a little crooked. It's like canted like that. So either I put the motor mounts in one of them backwards. I think that's what I'm thinking here, because one of them is sitting higher than the other. So I'm gonna have to mess with it again, get it back up as much as I can. If we go in here, this is about how the transmission sat when I first crashed it. I mean, not really. It was down more and pushed back, but it's in the hole. It just has to, everything's snug now, so it just has to move over to the right, like 2 inches. Pretty much it. All of this back here, gotta run that because I'm gonna have crazy exhaust leaks from the exhaust not being sealed up all the way, but that's how it looks right now. And underneath the car, as you can see, it's still a giant mess, but it's a little dark, but everything's in its spot where it needs to be. I gotta finish polishing this guy, and then yeah, should be able to put it back on the ground once I put these back in, but I gotta fill the trans up first so these aren't in the way, and finish the motor mount so that one's not in the way. But yeah, it's good, very good progress on this for this month and a half working on it. But yep, I'm gonna have to call it quits on this today, come back at it tomorrow or the next day, start this back up just so I can get this car back on the road and in its full glory. So until then, see you guys in the next one.